Hey guys, so today I just want to talk about a few of the myths that are harmful to feminism and to feminists. I think the first one I want to talk about is the idea that feminists want equality, or they claim to want equality, but really what they want is special treatment. Now, this whole idea is completely misguided, and I'll tell you why. Um, First of all, the idea of feminism at its truest form simply is the equality among sexes. So, right there, that kind of completely cuts it off. But when you dig deeper into it, some of the things that guys state are, special treatment, or whatever, are the fact of things like, in the case of emergencies, often it is women and children first. Or in the case of first dates, there is a belief system that men should always pay on the first date. The thing about these are that they are traditions and beliefs and codes, if you will, that come from a male-dominated society. Now, this society, speaking of the one in the United States, has never been a female-dominated society. It has always been, and is still now, a male-dominated society. So these things were set in motion by men themselves, and these things came from the belief that women are helpless, and women need to be taken care of, and women need help, and women cannot afford their own, and they cannot pave their own path in the world. That is what these things come from. The men paying. And as far as the women and children first, well, the children are the future generations, so that's just logic, and the women were seen simply as baby factories. And if you don't have any baby factories, then your generation is going to die out, which is obviously a big deal. So, the women and children first is simply just logic, and also under the belief system that women were simply made to create life. And that was pretty much their only purpose, stay home, create life, and then take care of the life. So, all of those things that men are arguing is somehow special treatment actually comes from, thousands of years, and speaking just from the US, hundreds of years of people believing that women are incapable of taking care of themselves, and that women are simply there to make babies. So, when you state that these are special treatment, if you really feel that way, and if you really don't like that you're expected to pay, or, whatever, then don't yell at me, yell at your forefathers, because they're the ones who created the whole thing. Another myth that I am constantly berated with is the fact that all feminists are man-haters. Now, I'm not going to say that misandry does not exist. It does exist. It definitely exists. There are many people who hate men. Some have their reasons. But you cannot simply tell the entire feminist population that they all hate men. Honestly, it doesn't even make any sense when you look at it, because a lot of very strong feminists are either married or dating a man, or, having any type of, sexual beneficial relationship with a man. You can't really fact check that and show that it is right. There are plenty of feminists who don't hate men, and the thing is, that men have now started to use that kind of as a defense mechanism. As soon as a woman starts to talk about equality, you simply throw in her face that she is a man hater and a man basher, and she just, wants to take down men. That's not at all what feminism is about. Feminism is about the equality between the sexes. We simply want to be seen as the same, having the same worth as men. There's nothing wrong with that. And I don't hate you because you're a man. Um, you know, so just stop it. And people using the word feminazi really gets on my nerves, because it started out, they said they only use that for the crazy ones. And pretty soon everybody's apparently crazy, because pretty soon everyone who ever speaks out against sexism is suddenly a feminazi. And they just throw the word around like it's nothing, but you don't. uh, Even the word itself is pretty horrific. How can you claim that someone who simply believes in equality is somehow some sort of Nazi? The Holocaust isn't something to be joking about anyways. But to basically say that someone who believes in equality is equal to someone who believes in killing off an entire, sect of people is nuts and completely incorrect. So stop, just stop with it. The last one I'm going to talk about is one that kind of baffles me, is that a man cannot be a feminist. Now, this kind of goes along hand in hand with the one I just talked about, which is that all feminists are man-haters. And they seem to think that because of that, a man cannot be one. But like I said, that's not true, and neither is this one. You can definitely be a man and be a feminist. It really is just noticing your privilege, noticing that you are, given extra things in society, you are held above women, and knowing that it's not right, and knowing that women should have equality with men because we are equal. That's all it takes for a man to be a feminist. Now, if a man just says, okay, I like women, that does not make him a feminist, obviously, because then every heterosexual man would be a feminist, or every trans man who liked women would be a feminist, and it doesn't work that way. So obviously, that's not how it works, or that would make, every lesbian. So, see, when you get into that, it kind of just doesn't make sense, because you're literally saying that everyone who is attracted to females or people who identify as females is automatically a feminist. And I also want to point this out because this really aggravates me. People seem to get under the impression that when a man is a feminist, that means he is somehow whipped, or the woman he is with is wearing the pants. First of all, stop calling each other whipped simply because someone else has a better relationship than you. And I don't believe in people wearing the pants or wearing the whatever in the relationship. People can wear whatever they want. If the man wants to wear a thong and the woman wants to wear tailored pants, awesome. If they both want to wear skirts, awesome. Stop trying to put people into these little categories. It just doesn't work that way. But anyway, this got a little rambly. I have a lot to say, obviously. I'm sure I'll be making another one of these soon. But for now, guys, I will say goodbye.